Hi. So somebody asked me quite recently, because of whatever I had to experience. Somebody asked me, so if you don't know, I have been dealing with a lot of physical pain since the past 1 year, and I was treated for it. Because I'm a therapist, this question was kind of posed, and they asked me, what according to you is more painful? Like, is it the physical pain or is it the emotional pain? And I get the question, and then it kind of felt obvious that the physical pain seems to be a lot more intense than the emotional pain. And I mean, you can go and do a lot of debates on this, but this is my opinion. This is how I feel based on what I went through. I feel pain is pain. It's unpleasant. It's unexpected. Um, you you know, it's confusing. It's traumatizing, whether it's physical or it's emotional. I feel pain is just pain. There is nothing that you can say, whether it's emotional pain or whether it is physical pain or anything. I think the way we look at it makes a lot of difference. Like, I remember saying this to one of my doctors when they wanted to inject something, and I remember saying that I can deal with emotional pain, but physical pain I can't. Like, I cannot deal with it. And because I had some time to think about whatever is happening, whatever happened, I feel like even emotional pain brings a lot of suffering. I guess physical pain, because it is tangible, because it's like it's right there, and it kind of stops a lot of our functioning. I think we kind of pay a lot of attention to the physical pain, like we want to get rid of it. But at the same time, emotional pain also is a kind of pain that kind of does stop our functioning, maybe to not that intensity, but it does. Like, you can't make decisions properly, you can't sleep properly because you are stressed or you are upset or you're sad or something. And I think when it comes to both the physical pain and the emotional pain, what I've felt is that we want to get rid of it. We don't want it. I remember the only thing I kept telling myself is just, I don't want this pain. I want to get rid of it. And I've said the same thing when I was dealing with something, when I was going through a heartbreak, or when I was dealing with something that was just too much for me to bear. And I remember I kept saying that I'm done with this pain. I don't want this pain anymore. Somewhere I also believe that a lot of our emotional pain is released through physical pain. So I don't really look at emotional pain and physical pain as like two separate entities. I feel like they're one. It's pain, and whether it's released emotionally or physically, the pain decides that, I feel. um, I don't know if it makes sense to you. I think it will take time for this analogy to sink in, but this is my perspective on pain. And I wanted to just share about this, because as a therapist, I often hear people tell me that but physical pain is completely different. It's like you can't deal with it. And I get it. I get it. I've firsthand experienced it. But um, it's not a competition. I feel it's like the physical and the emotional pain, it's just pain. It's pain, and we have kind of categorized it into physical, emotional pain. I feel pain in itself also wants that release. I remember before I was admitted, and before everything happened, I remember writing a letter. I mean, you can try this too. I'm not saying that you will go through the same experience I did. But I remember writing a letter. I was in a lot of pain, like I was in a lot of physical pain. I was also in a lot of emotional pain at that time. And before I was admitted and before the surgery and everything, I remember writing a letter to my pain. I remember talking to my pain, and I was like, what do you want? Like, why are you not leaving me? This pain, I've been dealing with this pain for months now, and I feel like I've been dealing with this for years now, the kind of pain that I'm in. So what exactly is it that you want, and why are you here? What are you trying to tell me? What is it that I need to understand? What is it that I need to know? I remember writing that letter because I just wanted to get rid of the pain. And while I was writing the letter, I didn't care whether I was talking about my physical pain or my emotional pain. I was just talking about pain. And this happens even when I'm working with clients, where we're talking about stuff, and after a while the physical and the emotional kind of sink into just pain. Like, I'm dealing with something, I want to get rid of it, I don't want to experience this again. And it's scary, you know. Even if it is that emotional pain, it's really scary. You don't want to go through those intense emotions and feel like your entire body is shutting down. So this was a very interesting question that was asked to me, and it made me think. It really made me think, because I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm a therapist, and I understand pain more than anybody does, and I know the way it can kind of take a hold on you. It can, you know, it can cause a lot of problems, but I don't know, can you really distinguish between physical and emotional pain? I mean, if you can, if you have an answer, I'd really like to know about it, because this kind of, this stayed with me, and I didn't know how to process it. So I thought I'd just like do a video on it and just talk to you about it. But yeah, I feel like this whole thing between you know, physical health and mental health and emotional health, we have kind of put them into categories just for us to understand, but somewhere I feel like it's all the same, isn't it? Physical pain or emotional pain. I mean, when you go through something physical, like anything painful, you cry. Those, there are emotions in that. So can you really distinguish between physical pain and emotional pain? Can you really say which is better, which is not that better? So somewhere I feel like, even when, you know, I ask clients like, why didn't you talk to me about this earlier, or why didn't you talk to somebody about this earlier, and they're like, I was just putting it off because I was like, okay, I'll be fine. And we do the same thing even for physical pain sometimes, right? Like I did that. Like, I was going through pain and I was like, okay, maybe this is nothing, I'll be fine, instead of just trying to fix it. So I feel like the whole thing between like this whole thing of pain, it kind of stayed with me. And I mean, obviously it's a very biased video because I'm dealing with it. So I don't know if this helps you in any way, but if you are dealing with something like this, like with a lot of pain, or, you know, where it does not make sense to you, I would really like to invite you to try this out. Like, write a letter to that emotion, whether it's anger. I'll make a proper video on this, but I mean, you can just try it out, like whether it's anger or it's frustration or pain or anything that's unpleasant, whether you feel it emotionally or you feel it physically. Why don't you just write a letter to it? Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's not two different entities. I feel it's one and the same thing. So maybe you'll get some answer out of it. I don't know. I did. And the minute I got the answer for it, things started happening. There was a lot of movement for that pain, and I got answers and I got treated. And yeah, it was a whole journey, whole experience. I troubled a lot of people also, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty interesting, to be honest. So yeah, just see how you feel about it. See what, how do you look at it. Do you feel that pain can be divided into physical and emotional, or do you feel, do you agree with what I say? I'd really like to know. I don't know if this video has any impact on you, if it makes any sense to you, but I just wanted to share what I was thinking, and I'd really like to know your opinion on the same. So you can like comment below so that others can join too, or you can send me a DM if you want to tell me something personally. I'd really like to know. And yeah, it's a very interesting topic, pain. It's such a simple word, right? Just 4 letters, but the kind of chaos it creates in our life is too much. It's overwhelming. So yeah, I just wanted to have a quick chat about that. Thank you for watching this patiently, and I'm looking forward to what you have to say about this. So yeah, I will see you soon. I'm working on creating new videos, so I will see you soon. If you have a recommendation, if you feel like you want me to talk about something that would help you, please let me know. Send me a DM and I will try to create videos based on that too. So yeah, if this video helped you in some way, let me know. And yeah, let me know your thoughts too. I'd really like to know what you think. Bye.